Episode 3.
Yeah, welcome back. Episode 3. Luck of the Irish. Right here.
Luck of the Irish.
We've gotten a ton of support, huh?
Oh my gosh, I cannot believe the responses, and how many people are watching, and they seem to enjoy it. It's we just love talking Steelers. So
that's right.
Keep it up. Please subscribe on YouTube. I know it's a pain in the butt, but that does help us
tremendously.
With YouTube, and that's the one thing people haven't done a lot of. But if we can get enough subscribers, it'll just help everybody, us and you.
Yeah, we've had a lot of people tell us that we're that they feel engaged when they watch us. I don't know. They say we're better than a lot of other podcasts out there, but just subscribe then.
And by the way, I'm Rick.
I'm Mike. Yeah, if you didn't know that from the first two.
Yeah.
So AFC North has had an interesting week.
Yeah.
A lot of injuries. I mean, some already happened.
Seems like a lot of. We have a little bit of bumps and bruises, but it seems like these other teams are worse.
Yeah.
A lot of our guys I noticed came back today.
Like who?
Well, DeCastro is still a mystery, but I think he's okay. I think we would have heard, don't you?
Yeah, and they still have him marked as undisclosed, so maybe there's
right.
not.
McFarland has a concussion. I think he was still out. I saw Derek Watt today practice. I saw Ebron practice.
Switzer practice?
Switzer was fine.
Not that that's a big deal.
I didn't see Spillane. I'm not sure about his lingering finger.
That doesn't not like it matters. I mean, he's a special teamer, but
Tuitt was out there.
Smallwood's going to be off the team, so that doesn't matter.
That was never know, but
2-week pickup.
That's the only thing.
He's not even going to make the practice.
I wish we had preseason games to see some of these guys, but they could look good in a preseason game and they still cut them. So what goes on in practices, they know who's good and who's not. I saw Deontay Johnson. I saw Pouncey, Edmonds, but Edmonds did have a knee brace on, but he was fine. And Dotson was out there, which is really a good
That's
sign.
crazy, because I think that we predicted initially he was going to be out for a while. I mean,
who's that?
Dotson. I mean, think we thought he was going to be out.
He was out there, and
he's great. He had
it
was a knee injury initially, wasn't it?
I saw an interview with him, and he said that he has no problem with Tuitt and Hayward, like going up against them. So this dude's going to be a stud. It's another steal.
It's awesome.
He could be,
that
starting by next year. You never know. So
hopefully not. I mean, I like the guys. I like the guys in those positions. If there's anything wrong with DeCastro, though, that's good.
Right. I mean, I'm sure he's so tough.
He's a good.
I think he'll be fine. As far as the other teams in the AFC North, what do you think?
This one I'm going to have to read because there's just a ton, man. The Browns, I don't think that they've got a defense right now.
Yeah. And by the way, guess who they did not sign? We were wrong.
Earl Thomas.
Not yet, anyway.
Not yet. I mean, that could change tomorrow depending on their injuries.
I haven't heard anything, no, honestly. And maybe we were just.
Hopefully, we don't.
The GM they had last year. We were, he would have.
He would have. He liked that. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But they've got 2 centers injured. They've got Casey Dunn and J.C. Treader injured. Miles Garrett has a little wrist injury. I'm sure he's fine.
Man. It's probably from throwing his helmet.
Well, we won that fight. So. Pouncey punching him after at the end. So it doesn't matter. Mac Wilson, they said he's not having surgery.
Really?
He's coming back 4 to 6 weeks, so he'll be there for week 6 against us.
Even though I don't think he's great. He's a good tackler. He's better than I thought he would be.
I prefer to not play against him in week 6, so maybe he can be out for hopefully 7 weeks. He's not great, but he's not that bad either.
He's not as good as Schobert.
I mean, that's relieving then. He talks like he's that good.
But he's been more impressive than I thought he would be. I know he was on the Steelers draft radar with a lot of draft experts, and we ended up trading up for Bush anyway. So, I think he's going to have a monster year.
Oh yeah, he's impeccable, and he's looking good. He's been kind of quiet this preseason too.
But I've been watching him. He's been a leader, and he's so much more relaxed than he was last year.
That's what we need. We need someone out there.
The guy's a freak
athletically. Core. Yeah. Who else is injured for them? Chris Hubbard, Curtis Weaver's on IR.
They just traded for him. That was a smooth move. It was another guy the Steelers, a lot of people thought they might want to take, but because he could play edge and defensive end, but not anymore.
Not playing anything right now.
Working the Red Cross.
That Greedy guy is still injured.
Yeah,
he'll be out for. They said he's questionable week 1, so that's good. They're going to lose. I think they'll play the Ravens anyways.
They
so
do.
It doesn't matter. They're going to get their ass kicked anyways.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of no names for the rest of it, pretty much. Bengals have quite a bit of injuries too. Joe Mixon, Carlos Dunlap, John Ross at receiver. A couple cornerbacks injured, as well as Renell Wren and Trey Waynes have been out, and then that one cornerback got arrested. So they've got no defensive backs
he's gonna
right
be
now.
out.
He's done.
Jesus.
Yeah. What's his name? What the hell's that guy's name? I have it here somewhere.
Bulletproof.
Or not. Mackenzie Alexander, that's who it was. In Florida, arrested for battery, so that one's over.
Yeah, who knows? So some of these guys.
Maybe he didn't do it.
Patrick Chung got arrested last year for cocaine. I thought he played the whole year.
That's true.
Now he's sitting out for COVID. He's scared of COVID, so.
He likes the coke. Surprisingly, the Ravens don't have a lot of injuries except for receiver and cornerback again. But nobody too important.
They have a lot of depth at corner, though.
They do.
That's one thing they have.
Yeah, I mean, nobody that's a big name there, I don't think. It's sticking out to me.
I really think it'll be between the Steelers and the Ravens for the division.
And I think whoever wins the division is going to go deep or in the playoffs or win it all. I mean, there's
really,
nobody else in the
like
AFC except for the Chiefs.
The Ravens can do what they did last year.
I don't think they do.
Which I don't either.
They're inconsistent.
And their defense is going to be as good. They just don't. I mean, they're good. They're always coached up well, but
especially against us, of course.
They did pick up a couple guys, but they're older.
So we picked up DeAndre Tompkins last night.
Who?
DeAndre Tompkins. Yeah, exactly. Well, this is why it's funny is I was reading the headlines and I was like, did that just say DeAndre Hopkins? I was like, holy shit!
That would be great.
I was like, where did we get that cap room? And I had to give a double take. DeAndre Tompkins is no DeAndre Hopkins. Let's say that he's not. I don't think he's going to make the practice squad. Even maybe. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they're using him for a certain.
We had a couple injuries at receiver. That's why we brought some.
Just in
guys
case.
I think who did they cut for? Do you know who they cut?
Dax Raymond and Alexander Myers.
Right.
I think he was a cornerback or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what else happened on the team?
One thing I have noticed is McCullers has lost weight.
He looks pretty good.
The coach was talking about him and said he was raving about him. And I love Big Dan.
Everybody makes fun of Big Dan, lays into Big Dan, but
everybody thinks he shouldn't be on the team.
I don't think he's that bad.
No,
I mean, he's not great.
I just hope he has like a bust out. It would be amazing if he had a bust out.
I think
here.
it'd be hilarious.
I think it'll be him and Alu will be playing the nose.
Yeah.
And but if he lost some weight and he looked a little faster.
Yeah. Well, clearly they have some confidence in him. I mean, to fill that.
His biggest problem is he's tall and he gets can't get underneath the centers but if he gets through them, he pushes them right back to the quarterback.
Right.
I've seen him do it a few times. So, and he was a little chubby, so now he's lost some weight. You never know. He's such a good guy. We keep guys like that too.
He's not that aggressive.
He's too nice, probably.
He's timid. It seems. I mean, obviously he's not timid because he's in the NFL, but for an NFL player, he seems like it. I would like to see some aggression out of that guy, like a real defensive monster.
Yeah, maybe
it doesn't
they need
seem
to,
like Alualu's that way either.
Play videos of us, so I making fun of his mother, like in Waterboy, Abdullah Amlamgana.
I mean, but we had we don't have like a mean guy at nose tackle, and we had like some big motherfuckers.
Casey Hampton.
We had Casey Hampton, I mean, and these guys, it's just these two at nose tackle, and they're not.
The sport's different.
Well, that's what I'm saying is we don't have a big guy.
No, most teams don't. You don't play that base defense.
Most teams play 4-3.
So much passing. Yeah.
And so that I don't see us. I mean, we talked about that before, but I don't see us like shifting to that. So we're gonna have almost like an amoeba defense, more nickel, more dime kind of packages, and it's weird though. Like
big nickel. Yeah, we will, but we will play base sometimes. I mean, you do need a guy to stop the run when you're playing the Ravens.
Speaking of run, you think we're gonna pick up Leonard Fournette?
No, I don't.
No.
If this was next year and Connor was gone. And say Benny Snell didn't do as well as we thought, then we would. But I just can't. I mean, unless he wants to play for the league minimum, then we might. God, I still hate that guy, though. I mean, I hate the Jaguars. I'm so glad they're in the toilet. I hate that team.
Yeah, I mean, and they're not going
so
anywhere
arrogant.
now.
And look, they're just not consistent. None of these teams are consistent year after year. Good. They're a flash in the pan, and they never won anything, but they ran over us.
So they lost two good players in the last 24 hours. They lost their edge guy. And, last year they said Fournette was an attitude problem. And last year they had an attitude problem before the season with that Ramsey guy, the corner. So, clearly maybe it's a Jacksonville attitude problem, too. I mean, maybe nobody wants to play for a shit organization, and that's kind of what it is.
And they are. And I've hated them since they were in our division.
It's a long time.
Of course, they beat us. They beat us in the playoffs when Ben was hurt in one playoff game, and then they ran over us in the playoffs a few years ago when I thought we were going to the Super Bowl. They just kicked our ass. So this is a nice payback. They can.
It didn't seem like Ben was even in that game. I mean, that was a division round, wasn't it? Right away. He threw a pick at the 20, and they just ran it right in for a touchdown. That's when the game was over. Too. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm glad to see them in the toilet, like you said.
Yeah, I just hate that. I might hate that more than the Browns.
I hate them more than the Browns in the playoffs, or the week we play them. But otherwise, I forget about them.
We're 3-0 in the playoffs against the Browns. You weren't.
I was alive.
I just sent you that playoff game with Hoyer, or not Hoyer. Was it Hoyer?
No,
not Hoyer. Kelly Holcomb was on the Browns, and
get ready for Kelly Holcomb. Yeah, not going anywhere.
They had a big lead on us, and we came back and won. Matu Malafala.
Yeah.
Mike Tomczak was it Tomczak? Or no, Tommy Maddox.
Tommy Maddox was the quarterback. That was 03, 04?
Something like that.
No, it wasn't 04 because we had Ben. So 02 or 03?
03.
Yeah.
And we lost the next week, but it was still good.
It's good to beat the Browns. 3 times in a
year
year.
we played when they had Vinny Testaverde, and they thought they were all that. And we had Barry Foster, and I remember that game. We just rolled over them, ran over them.
I love it.
And 29-9, I think, or something like that. So we're 3-0 against the Browns in the playoffs. So.
Well, and I think that'll stay that way. I don't think they're going there this year. We got to see the players Friday night.
Yeah, it was kind of like a practice. It was kind of like a preseason game.
Team, yeah. The camera work was kind of shoddy, but I think they're doing it on purpose.
It was awful. It was awful.
Well, we're equipped with the cameras. The nice stadium. So I think that they just didn't want to show.
Yeah, Ben throwing the ball, and you don't see who catches it.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't see. Actually, it was a little concerning because I didn't see the offense do much of anything.
It was hard to see much. It was just good to see them running instead of standing there talking.
Yeah.
But I couldn't see much beyond that. I just think we're doing it on purpose. I think that Tomlin thinks we have something, and he's saying
we just don't ever show.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I watched the other teams, and they're showing it like with the NFL cameras. The Giants had theirs like that.
Yeah, it's crazy, but I mean, I'm okay with it. We don't need to see.
Did you watch the Giants?
The Giants had one?
Yeah.
Did you watch it? I didn't watch it.
Oh, it was good. I don't know. Their offense sucks.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones got sacked 3 times in like 30 seconds.
If their line is not good, they're screwed.
It was the same guy who kept sacking him over and over
on their own team.
Yeah, and it's just
their front four are scaring me a little bit, but we'll preview them next week.
We can block them. It was Villanueva's side that he kept coming from, so I mean I think Big Al can handle him. I can't remember what the guy's name was. We
do struggle a little bit against 4-3s though.
Yeah, what was that guy's name? That's gonna kill me.
Joe Piscopo.
No, it was Lorenzo Carter. Was his
name. Yeah, they got some studs on the D line. I didn't watch it. Who were they? Oh, they were playing themselves.
They were playing themselves. They were doing the blue versus white, or like we were doing black versus white, or whatever.
No, I didn't see it.
It was a Friday night as well, I think. And I don't know. It was. You may want to watch it. I don't know.
I do like
Daniel Jones looked bad.
But I do like the guy. He seems like a nice guy.
I think so, too. He doesn't have an attitude issue, that's for sure.
No quarterback's going to do well if they don't have a line.
Right. Well, I don't know. We won 2 Super Bowls.
No, that's true.
Crappy line. But we also had Big Ben who got hit 5 times before he would actually fall down. It was good to see. Not a lot of other stuff going on this week. Training camp still, obviously, but
right now that wraps up after this week, so which is weird. It's just a weird season.
It feels weird, yeah. And then what are they doing after that? Just like a couple-hour practice every other day, every few days.
It'll be just like a regular week. It'll probably be off on Monday. They'll work Tuesday, Wednesday. It's just like a regular game week, and we play Monday, so it might not even start till Wednesday. I don't know.
Hopefully we don't get too big of a break. I don't know.
No,
we come out so rusty.
Yeah, I worry about Ben coming out rusty again, especially with no preseason.
And he barely played any snaps in that scrimmage.
I mean, if we lose the Giants coming out of the hole, ugh.
Well, our defense should be able to beat the hell out of them.
Their fans
Our
will be going
offense needs to
crazy.
score.
Oh, they're not going to have any. So.
Yeah.
Of course, neither are we.
We try. We can tell the story. We tried so hard to find it. We want to talk to a Giants fan,
Yeah.
a Giants podcast, or somebody who knows the Giants and knows what's going on. So if anybody knows anybody,
Yeah, what do they
please.
email? Where do
Yeah,
they
email us, steelstudiopodcast@gmail.com. We've got it in the description on all the websites that we're on.
Okay.
Please email us.
Yeah, please do. We've reached out to their fan clubs, and I don't know if they're
All
not
kinds
happy
of podcasts
about their team.
on Twitter and YouTube and everything.
Right, nothing yet. They did make a trade, though, or they did not a trade. They just signed Logan Ryan
Logan Ryan
from Tennessee, a good corner.
DB,
But I don't. What, 12 days? I don't.
How's he going to learn?
Right.
That's fast. Well, not 12. I mean, it's the 14th. You got 14 days. I mean,
Yeah.
He's got 2 weeks from today. He'll be playing.
He might be all right. And that's definitely an upgrade on what they had, which was nothing.
Yeah.
But,
but it'll be hard for someone to learn an entire scheme that quickly, I think.
Let's hope, because he's pretty good.
Yeah.
But they got him for $7.5 million on a 1-year deal.
That's a hit.
Well, I mean, he wanted.
Not that it matters. It's the Giants. They're not
Right,
in the
they don't
division.
have it.
There's nothing that matters to us. I mean, we're going to play them once and move
But then
on.
again, nobody else wanted him.
There's
I'm
a reason.
surprised.
Yeah.
Maybe. He obviously was disgruntled with Tennessee. And that really hurts Tennessee's defense. So.
And we play them.
Right.
I mean, how are you disgruntled with Tennessee? They went to the AFC Championship last year. How are you disgruntled with that team?
He wanted $10 million a year, I think, and they weren't
All
going to give
about
it
the
to
money.
him. All about the money.
That's a shame.
It is.
We had some kicker punter trials.
I didn't hear about that
I
either.
think. You didn't hear about that?
No.
I think that we're going to put like a hybrid on our practice squad to fill in the spots, because if you have somebody that gets, like if Boswell or Barry got coronavirus, you can't go pick up a kicker because they also have to quarantine for a certain amount of time.
Oh, yeah.
So we got to have, I guess, one on the practice squad. We had one Sunday. I think we have one tomorrow, Tuesday.
Do they practice with the team, or they?
I don't know. I think I don't know if they're just doing tryouts or workouts or what. They didn't say exactly. But
I think there'll be a few positions on that practice squad that are like that.
yeah, we're gonna have to have some.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like the whole Corona thing's dying down. I don't know if it's because I'm not watching the news as much, but I
hope
think it's dying down, man. I hope so too.
Yeah.
It's been a rough year.
It has been a rough year, and obviously, I mean, it throws everybody off schedule for so many different things. But for these guys, they're both former CFL punter, kicker kind of guys.
Uh-huh.
One of them is more of a punter, and one of them can do both. Neither of them are anything to write home about.
Can either of them cook?
That's a good question. We could ask them. Email us, the Steel Studio Podcast. Can you cook?
Maybe we can get them on. Castile.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be interesting actually to find out what they do with a kicker punter tryout for the Steelers. You know, you just go there and punt the ball, and then
I think they have them. Maybe they tried them out
like with the
in
team
the rain or
catch
something.
action.
Usually
In
they
the
try
rain.
them out in the rain. I think they did. That's what they did with
So if it doesn't rain, what do you how do you simulate that?
garden hose.
Yeah. Some dude pissing off the railing.
I'm sure we could find somebody to do that. Now that would be a hell of a kicker. You could kick with someone pissing on you from the railing.
And you're a champion.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
dude.
it, man.
It's not like it matters though, because it still doesn't put us in the Super Bowl.
Well, not Reed, is it Reed? Who's our kicker? Boswell would have kicked.
It's been a while since Reed. Yeah.
Reed's awesome. I'm
He is
friends
awesome.
with Reed on Facebook.
Let me get him on the podcast.
Yeah, but if Boswell didn't have that year 2 years ago, we would have been in the playoffs. If we wouldn't have missed those kicks.
But he's been dependable ever since.
He
only
has.
missed 2 last year or something.
Right.
So
Let's hope
he was in his head.
Kickers get stuff in their head. Yeah, they're weird. They're like cats. You know these.
He's really weird. I mean,
They get
he's so
mad.
scrawny. He looks like a little like Slender Man or whatever that
He
is.
just got married this year, so.
Did he? Oh, no, too many distractions. Damn it.
They really gotta have kickers be like priests and not get married, so they're not distracted.
You need to be holy. You need to be accurate. Yeah, not too much else. We were talking about Mark Barron last week, or 2 weeks ago, whatever it was, saying that maybe he'd be cheap.
He's a
for
phone
the
call
depth.
away.
And now he's not anymore. I guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He's on the Broncos, which we play in week 2. So
Right.
we'll see if he
that's
learns
right.
that.
We do play them week 2.
It's our
No
first home
fans.
game. Yeah, what a shame.
Yeah, they did say no fans for week 2 and 3.
Week 2 and 3. So Houston. Yeah. Man, there's no fans thing sucks.
Yeah. It
'Cause,
does.
I mean, and they're just gonna feel like they're out there practicing. I feel like they're not gonna give it their all.
Oh, they will.
Saquon Barkley actually said that.
But you do have the.
Said their scrimmage
let's hope he
was like
doesn't.
He said he had a hard time performing. Their scrimmage
Yeah.
felt like it was practice. He was getting distracted
The
and stuff.
pipe in crowd noise, maybe. The NFL really needs to control how much crowd noise that you can pump in, I think. What if it's louder than the real fans would be?
It could be ridiculous.
That's-
But it also shouldn't be quiet. Like when we go on offense, hopefully they don't just turn it off so that they can listen to our play. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true, too.
I know it's hard for them to obviously know what we're talking about. Those plays are pretty long. But still, I mean, you could pick up
Unless you're the
some things.
Patriots.
Yeah. That's a whole different story.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a weird season, but we got to get excited. Once we start playing, this will be so much easier.
And it's hard to get into it because it's still 2 weeks away.
Right.
And
Seems
next
like
week
it's
we
been
can
2 weeks
finally
away for a year and a
preview the
half.
Giants and actually do an analysis on the
Right,
Giants.
right.
So, but I feel like we've been trying to get there for like a month now.
Yeah.
Nothing's happening.
Yeah. Well, at least I think we're going to have football. I really do. Yeah. I think we're there, man.
It's something, man. We need it. We need that distraction from this COVID stuff, from everything going on, you know.
Mark Barron, is that a big loss?
No.
I mean, he's an average player, and they did come out and say
it was something good to have in case.
They said that he said the Steelers only got rid of him because of money, not because of his play. So, but
His play was better in the beginning of last year than it was at the end.
he wasn't bad.
He had a pick 6 or 2.
I like the guy. I just I don't know. He's not.
He's slow.
He can't cover.
He can't cover. He was running the backwards with his arms way up in the never turned around not once, and it reminded me of Antoine Blake. Remember he would do that. He would just be running down the sideline like this, but it's like, man, you're 5 yards behind. You're never gonna.
Antoine Blake.
Yeah.
Wow. Whatever happened to him?
I don't know. He went to the Titans, I think, after us, and I can't remember.
Yeah, he ended up nowhere.
But I mean, same thing. It's what he reminded me of. Is he was just shoving his arms in the air. It's like you didn't even turn around, man. You didn't even see what's going on. You can't have it with a linebacker because it could be a running play. Mm-hmm.
I thought he would have been more of a hybrid safety linebacker than he was because he played some safety, but he wasn't. Speaking of that,
no, go ahead, Marcus Allen. Is that where you're going?
Marcus Allen's been playing a little inside linebacker. Do I think he's going to play it during the season? No. Probably not, but I think he will make the team now.
Yeah.
You know, I saw him at camp before, and the guy's a beast.
He'll just be.
He's so tall. And
he
looks the part. He's got curb appeal, as we said before.
Doesn't mean much. Everybody that we say has curb appeal really needs to step up, though. Maybe because it hasn't been meaning much.
But if the guy's, if he gets a little smarter with the playbook, I think he could be a good player.
Yeah.
At least the back. I mean,
you think he's even going to dress though? I don't think he'll be practice squad. I think he'll be on the team, but I don't think he's going to dress.
He may not. He didn't last year much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just if we need him.
Right.
But I mean, if we need him, we're screwed.
Right. And that's what happens. Same with inside linebacker. If we need UG3 to start, then we're probably in trouble.
I did see an article today, though. They expect him to be a starter within the next year, and I was just so thrown off. That means that people are giving up on Vince Williams, though, too.
Well, he has a bigger cap hit, and they assume we're going to get rid of him after this year, but I mean, you never know, man.
This guy's got to – I mean, like, that's like – to me, saying UG3 is going to be a starter is the equivalent of the everybody else saying that Joe Burrow is the best quarterback in the division. It's like, man, you got to prove yourself.
Right.
Having 0 game experience doesn't prove it.
I did see a little bit. I was a little bit more impressed with the DNA than I was.
That's good.
A year ago.
He's looking physical. A little bit.
And I don't think the Tuzar Skipper guy is going to make the team. That's
practice squad.
That's a guy
that's what I had him on.
The fans love, and he hasn't done anything. I don't understand it.
He's been
It'd be like me running out there.
Yeah. I mean, well, I don't know about that. You probably get your ass kicked, but I mean, I know I would. So I don't know.
They're all good players, like we talked about before. To be in the NFL, you got to be a good player.
Be good. Yeah, you got to know what you're doing. Something.
There's a fine line between good and great.
And Tuzar Skipper, he was on the Giants practice squad last year for most of the year.
He actually played a couple games for them.
Did he?
Yeah. Maybe he knows a little bit more.
You would think, though, after having some game experience, that you'd be able to come back and, I don't know, at least make the team and not be practice squad type. I don't think he will.
But I don't think he will either.
So, back to division talk a little bit. I did watch, I watched the Browns practice. I'm just curious to see, because, I mean, obviously we live in Ohio, so we have to hear a bunch of shit. I'm curious to see how good they're. I have.
Really?
People have been telling me they're going to go 16-0. I'm like, you've got to be kidding. The
I haven't heard
Browns
it
are
from
not
the
going
media at
16-0.
all. Like last
Not
year.
like last year. Not
I mean,
like last
that's
year.
all you heard.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think the media is starting to be down on Baker, which is something that I personally have been for 3 years.
Right.
I just don't think he's that good. He's Johnny Manziel 2.0.
He's a little better.
He's a little better, yeah. I think Johnny could have been better.
That's true.
I think he had more potential than what they gave him. I mean,
right.
But I watched them. They're 5 DBs and a linebacker or 2 down, and yet their defense was still shutting Baker down.
Yeah, and that's what people say. Their defense looks good. Is it that, or is it?
Is their offense just bad?
They should be dominant.
But he's throwing the ball 10 yards past him, and it's like, man, he's just not. He's lobbing it up, just going on a run, kicking out every play.
Well, you know what's going to happen there. Case Keenum's going to be the.
He's going to be the boy
quarterback by week 6.
Yeah.
If that happens.
Yeah, of course, and then we're not going to have a scheme for him. Yeah, we'll have to. I'm sure that we'll trust, though.
He doesn't impress me.
I don't think he's that bad. I don't think he's that good. I actually think
he's
he's better
average.
than
Probably
Baker.
gives him a better chance to win. But if Baker, one thing he does is he escapes the rush, and he can make plays.
He does.
On the run
He's quick
with
on his
arm.
feet, and he's going to have to be with that O-line.
And those receivers help him. Jarvis is a beast. But can those guys stay healthy? That's my question. I'm still not sold that.
Well, Beckham had something, didn't he?
I don't know.
I think I read today on CBS that I don't know if I can say that that he had an injury or something, and he's going to be back to practicing. But something little.
What? I think he hasn't stayed healthy, and he hasn't had a good year since 2012, 2013. So but Jarvis is a beast. But if those guys get hurt, they're in trouble.
They're in trouble. Same
And
with
Nick Chubb, I haven't heard a word much about him either.
He got a concussion. That's all I know. But he's back to fine.
Yeah.
It seems like. I mean, I watched him in the
And is
practice.
their line going to be better?
Their line looks bad.
Yeah,
it looks like the
it's not easy to
skill
throw a line
players are
again.
making up for it. Like I watched Kareem Hunt, and he was trying to move every which way he can, and got nowhere every time.
That's a guy there that I think is going to want out of there.
I think so too. He wants to be a winner.
Especially if he doesn't.
He's there because he's paying for his mistakes.
Yeah, but if he doesn't get the ball much this year, because he's going to be gone.
This is his third year there already, isn't it?
I thought he would do so much better. I was like, oh no, they got him.
Yeah, and well, I didn't think that Nick Chubb was going to stay the starter.
Right.
And he did, obviously. Which is, I mean, Nick Chubb's pretty good, but I don't want to talk more about them than us. But I love to bitch about them because I hate them, of course. Bigger Than Ben aired this week.
Yeah, that was pretty cool to watch.
It was pretty cool. There's going to be, obviously, there's more every Wednesday.
Nice to see his wife, you know?
Yeah, and to actually, talk about him, you know?
She can
He's
tell,
been
I
such
think
a
she cares
staple.
about him.
Yeah.
Sure looked like it anyway on TV.
Yeah. Did you like that ending? I like that ending. When she's like, and he just looked at me and he said, I'm not done.
Right.
And it just starts playing that song.
I know.
That was
Let
good.
me get you fired up, man.
Yeah.
I was like,
woo! I loved it.
Yeah, there's apparently every Wednesday that comes out, they're going to have 4 episodes.
4?
That's all
okay.
it's going to be, yeah.
Well, I mean, I think it's like a small
You think
production
she'll
company.
get naked at all? Or?
Get out of here. Damn it, now I got to mark this X-rated.
I just asked. I didn't say anything was going to happen.
I'm just kidding.
She might say, well, never mind. He's not really Big Ben after all.
Hey-o. No, I think he is. He's a
Yeah, he is. You're right.
He's a big dude. I'm kind of glad that they talked about the criticisms that people always gave him.
And I think he's a good person. I really believe he's a Christian person.
Yeah.
And, a lot of people say he's a rapist and all the things they say from his past. And
You could say the same thing about every other quarterback in the league.
yeah. Right. I mean,
They literally just said the same thing about Baker Mayfield last week. Not to go
That's
back
true,
to the
too.
Browns, but they just said that.
there is a woman that's accusing him of that, so I don't, and that's all,
Some of it could be real. I don't know. None of us
don't
know,
think
but
so.
people shouldn't pile onto it until they know, He's obviously didn't go to jail for anything.
Right. He wasn't indicted, so it's... And he's been good ever since. All you can do is have a man, if he does make a mistake, how he rises up from it and responds.
Yeah.
And he's been fine. He's been a
he's
role
been great.
model. He's a great father. And looks like he's a good husband. And boy, that injury was scary, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. Crazy. And I still worry about those tendons, man.
They could.
I've
what
heard
did they say?
doctors
There's only
say
3 of the 5 that are fixed.
there's a
right?
10% chance that it'll happen again. That's it. And he says he feels great. So, do you think they'll run the ball more?
I do. Well, I do, but I also think that having the two good complementary tight ends is going to help that.
Yeah.
And I think that we can just we've got Derek Watt. I think that everybody knows that's what we're going for. It's play action if we need to, or running. And I mean, okay, like we've got the O-line for it. And obviously, we don't want to overthrow him, and they can throw for 5,000 yards. We'll be a predictable offense, but
I think our O-line
we win Super Bowls that way. You know, when we had Jerome Bettis in there, people knew we were running it right up the middle, and guess what? We still won the Super Bowl in 05.
Right. I don't think you need Ben to throw for 5,000 yards to win the Super Bowl with this defense.
What's that statistic? The less he throws, the more... I mean, he's obviously a great quarterback, but it was like the less he throws per game, the
one
more
thing,
like
2 years ago, they were starting in their own territory. They had the worst field position in football. Yeah. They had to drive the length of the field
every time. Yeah.
And we had no defense to stop anybody. So it was... I think with the defense being better, you know, that's going to make it easier for him. He doesn't have to be Superman. So
I hope we run the ball more, man.
Yeah.
I really do, because we win when we run the ball every time. I mean, not every. You know what I mean? Like consistently, not every time, consistently.
I know there's nothing better than smash mouth football.
That's Pittsburgh Steelers. You know what you're going to get, and you're going to get your ass kicked football. That's what it is. It's physical, and you know what's coming. Right. You knew Jack Lambert was going to run right up your ass. I mean, you knew it was coming, but guess what? He did it, and he did it well. And that's what we do.
Right. That's what we do.
So, anything else to hit on the Giants? I mean, we kind of talked about them quite a bit. I know we're hopping all over the place here today.
We are. We're just like not with it today, man. So. Please excuse us.
It's a crazy week. Like we said, we're in a weird position where we can't talk a real preview until next week. And training camp's finishing this week, and we're just kind of in a weird transition where it's like...
we're talking about the same thing over.
Can't keep talking about the same injuries. Can't, you know what I mean? Like, next week is where we really get into the meat of the season. You know, and keep going from there.
Right. I think we could go over some other position groups on the team.
Yeah. Who's going to be off the team from the O-line, you think? I don't even remember. All those... I mean, there's a couple no names I don't remember on the O-line.
I think it'll be Pouncey at center.
Yeah.
I think Wisniewski backing him up at center and guard. There's two.
Which keeps our depth good.
It'll be Chooks. I think Chooks will start. I think Banner's a backup. Dotson. DeCastro. Villanueva. Filer. Filer's a stud, man.
Yeah, all these people that we have that we're getting rid of are people that aren't very common names. J.C. Hasenauer.
I think we'll keep him around as a backup on the practice
squad, right?
Yeah, I've seen him out there a lot.
Christian DeLorio.
Yeah.
John Keeler.
And I think the guy we drafted last year, he'll be on the team in some capacity. Where's he at here? I can't even find him.
Who are you talking about? Tackle? Guard? Center?
Yeah, the kid from Maryland that we drafted last year.
Was that last year?
Yeah.
Who did we draft from Maryland? Oh, Anthony McFarland. I can't remember his name.
That's probably how we saw McFarland when we were there seeing him.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah, they don't have him listed here in Street and Smiths or whatever, but I can't think of his name. That's
terrible. Do you think he'll make the team, or you're saying practice squad, whoever you...
Practice squad again. Yeah. Next year he might have a better shot with free agency. Yeah. Somebody's going to be gone, but... Yeah, I
don't know. Someone like that's probably pretty...
are we going to miss Foster at all? Ramon Foster?
I don't think so. And I wasn't the biggest fan of him towards the end anyways because of how he does that check down.
Yeah.
Right before the snap. When we're snapping the ball then every time. And he's sitting there looking up, and then he goes, and then it's snap the ball.
Yeah, he did do that a lot.
And I get that communication is important.
I think he was... he really took a step back last year.
Well, he was just, hearing the end of his career, and he knew that. Right. Obviously, he gave, his career to the Steelers, and we're appreciative of that because he was a good player for a long time. But it was his time.
Yeah.
So, I don't think we're going to miss him.
No, I mean, he was a good guy. He was a Steeler. I'm glad he retired a Steeler.
Yeah, we're thankful for him. But
yeah,
I think we're okay. I'm a little nervous about the right tackle situation still. I
am too with those Banner and Chooks because neither one of them have started.
I know they're still
Chooks
competing.
Did start the one game against the Rams and did well.
Yeah, well, neither of them seem that dominant to me. Like neither of them is like a star. They're like kind of
like tackle doesn't have to be though, does he?
No, but I mean, we just need to protect Ben. I don't want to make him super mobile and make him have to run and throw.
Yeah. let's face it. If Ben gets hurt, we're done.
We're done.
Yeah.
We're done.
Although Mason's looked pretty good. Little.
Holding that clipboard.
No, what I've seen, he looked okay.
I hope so because he started the year pretty good last year and finished the year
Let's
pretty
hope we don't
terribly.
have to find out. He looks great standing on the sideline.
He's got that curve appeal.
No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't at all.
No. Actually, the number 5 does. Paxton Lynch. He looks like 6'5" or 6'7".
Yeah, but he's not going to
make the team.
He throws the ball 20 yards past.
The big duck will be our 3rd guy.
Yeah, which I think we predicted.
What other positions do we want to go through? D-line?
D-line a little bit. I like the way Mondo was playing.
Yeah.
He's not going to make the team still.
Practice squad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he looked pretty good in training camp.
I think it'll be the 6 guys. Bugs, McCullers, Alulu, Tuitt, Hayward, and Wormley.
Yeah.
Is that 6? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're better than last year there.
I think so too. I still think Hargrave's a big miss because
at
at nose tackle we just don't have someone that can kick ass. Right. But he was winded. He could only play 1 or 2 plays at a time anyways.
Right. He played 25-30% of the time.
Yeah.
Wasn't worth paying a guy that much.
Nah. What did he
want?
30%
of the time.
He wanted a lot.
But
I mean, the Eagles are going to figure that out.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get him back for cheaper. I don't know. He's a good player.
Before.
He was good. Yeah. I don't think we'll miss him that much, but we also just don't have anybody that hits that level.
You can't blame him for taking the money, though. That was a lot of money he made.
That's a big difference. It's not like he was saying, I just want the money, pay me. He was just saying, hey, the Steelers
he
cannot.
Got paid as more of a full-time defensive lineman than.
I don't think he's going to be able to do it, though.
I don't either.
And I think he knows that.
He'll probably end up like the tight end that went to Detroit, Jesse James. Ended up second string.
But he's making decent money in rotation, I can't blame him because we weren't going to pay him. I mean, he knew he was gone. It wasn't a pay me or I leave situation. It was we can't afford to keep you, man.
One thing I did notice in practice, though, the little bit I saw was back to tight end, which is jumping all around. The kid from Michigan looked good. I think he's going to be good.
Gentry?
Yeah, I think he's going to surprise people.
I hope so. He looked bad in the preseason last year.
I think he's going to be good.
I hope so, man. I like his look. I like the way he
that could be a secret weapon.
Ish, he gets off the ball well.
He looks perfect. I mean, we'll see. And then outside linebacker, what do you think about that? The 4
same guys. Yeah.
Bud, Watt, of course, and then
Skipper's gonna be the one that goes practice squad.
Right, and Dane and the kid we drafted, Highsmith, who I think is going to be really good.
I think so too, and I think he's going to be our Bud Dupree replacement next year.
Yeah, I do too, and I don't have a problem with that. And Bud's going to go somewhere else. He's going to make a ton of money and get 10 sacks.
Same situation as Hargrave that we just had.
He's not going to be.
And he's not a bad player.
No, he's
just not an all-star. He's not Watt. We're not going to let Watt go.
Let's face it. Don't you think Watt made Dupree better?
Right, because they had to.
Right.
Push extra for this guy because he's a maniac. You know?
I don't know. I when they drafted Dupree, I was so excited because he fell to us.
Yeah.
And I've always liked him, but he's not. I don't know. He's not.
He's not an all-star.
No.
He's a good player.
I wish we could keep him, but
yeah, just not at the price.
No.
And maybe who knows? Maybe he'll take something that.
An inside linebacker.
Yeah, I mean,
any surprises?
Same, no surprises. Same Bush.
You think Spillane will be the 4th one, or will we sign somebody?
It depends if his
we
finger
may sign
heals.
someone.
If his finger's still messed up, I don't know. I don't know.
We may sign somebody that someone else cuts, a veteran for the
Spillane would go practice squad or something.
Yeah,
I think, and then just because it's good to have somebody.
And we just still don't even know if that Ulysses Gilbert will stay healthy.
It's true.
Yeah,
I think he will, though.
I hope so. I hope he steps up
to that extent this year. I think he'll stay healthy. I just don't. He's not going to be the all-star people think he is, but I think
I don't see any really surprises in secondary either. I think
I thought Antoine Brooks Jr. would make the team, but I don't.
He may be the one that gets cut.
He may. Yeah, and
I haven't heard a word about him.
Dangerfield's going to take that last
he'll make
spot.
the team. He always does, man.
I know.
The dude's a baller.
Yeah. Well, I'm not that big on him.
I'm not either, but he always makes the team.
Yeah. So we'll have Minka, Edmonds.
No respect.
Riley, Allen, and Dangerfield. Is that right? Yeah. And I mean, so there's 6. That's about right. Sutton and Hilton are going to have.
What about
hopefully
I think
huge
Riley
year.
will make the team.
Riley, yeah, he'll make the team. Oh yeah. Hopefully Sutton and Hilton. If they step up for us this year, our defense will be number 1.
Yeah.
Because they're going to play.
They're going to be fine.
I hope so. That's huge. That's a huge component for us this year.
Yeah.
So obviously they're on.
This Bandy guy, I kind of thought he was going to be up because he's a big hitter in college, but he's not going to make. He'll make practice squad maybe.
Two of the
but
corners,
we always don't sign all of our own guys to practice squad. There'll be some guys. There's more spots this year, but there'll be some guys we grab from other teams.
Right.
And I still think there might be a veteran guy that gets cut.
Did we pick up?
That we pick up that's
really?
a league minimum guy. Or you never know, we can make a trade too for somebody. We've done it.
Somebody was saying, I saw today, somebody said James Pierre, they thought was going to make the team. You think he's going to be practice squad too?
Yeah. They're best.
So are we going to keep 2 corners on practice
Especially
squad?
with no preseason games, man.
Yeah.
These guys don't.
We don't know. I mean, it's hard to tell. You don't know.
They only have
like
2 of the
undrafted
free agents left that they signed. They're just. And then next year in the draft, I think they're drafting all the guys that play. The kids that don't play, like from Ohio State, if they don't play, they're not getting drafted.
There's a lot of opt-outs in college for people for like SEC who's still going. There's a lot of people opting out.
Because of COVID?
Yeah.
Oh,
and they're just saying they're just going to enter the draft. There
Come
was
on.
one of the guys from LSU who's pretty dominant. I was surprised to see that.
So that's our review of the team. It's pretty much our 53 prediction.
Ish, yeah. I mean, it was pretty predictable, honestly.
Right. I think we had a great draft class. I think they'll all make it. Maybe Brooks Jr. won't. Oh, what about the lineman that we drafted? Do you think he'll be on the practice squad?
I don't know, but I think my arm on my chair is about to fall. What was his name? I can't remember his name.
Joe
Dunlap or whatever.
Smith.
Carlos Dunlap.
Yeah, Carlos Dunlap plays for the Bengals.
What am I thinking of?
Wow.
Man,
no more drinks for you, man.
Too much drinks already. What am I thinking of? It's Carlos something, isn't it?
Carlos Davis.
I was close.
I haven't heard a word about him either. You? Have you heard anything?
I haven't read an article.
I heard he was eating cheeseburgers before practice.
Well, you actually heard that?
No.
Well, I mean, he's supposed to be a big mofo, so that's fine, I guess, as long as he's.
This year's been really odd. We don't know a lot, but
You can't see him.
Whatever Missy Matthews says, I guess, is what we have to believe. God help us.
Surprise! She's going to be on the show next week. I'm just kidding. We
She's
get a
not
lot
bad.
of ratings.
She's just whining.
She is.
So what else is going on? We got some reader emails.
We do, but that's closing it out. Which I guess we're almost there, aren't we? It's been a pretty long episode.
We've sat here and talked about nothing for 42 damn minutes.
Who do you think is going to be a big threat for us that we play this year? Anyone that we're going to struggle against that you really think?
I worry about those teams with the 4-3 fronts, like the Eagles. We always struggle against them.
Okay, so that's 1, 2, 4 teams.
The Texans don't scare me. Although I do like Deshaun Watson. I think he's good.
I think we'll shut them down.
But we shut them
They're
down.
not that good.
If we get off 2-0, which we should, we could be 3-0. Boy, man, I don't know.
The Ravens,
we
I
play
guess.
Titans at home.
Maybe we take one Ravens game, they take one. We play the Titans in Tennessee.
Cowboys supposedly are going to be
at Dallas. I don't
tough.
think they're that good ever, man. They just really disappoint year after year.
I don't see it either.
We'll have a couple hiccup games because that's what Mike Tomlin does.
Yeah, probably week 1.
I hope it's not week 1, and I hope it's not.
We play the Washington football teams. If we lose to them, I quit.
It's not.
But I would like to see the video that Schneider wanted from the cheerleaders.
Yeah. So
that's a good story. When Ben played them at Washington one time, they had the cheerleaders right out there and strutting their stuff in front of him. There was a documentary about it or something, and he was to try to distract the team, the
Seriously?
Steelers. Yeah.
And he didn't give a shit.
No, I think we still beat him, but
Oh, man. He
might have
struggled.
gave a shit,
He
but-
fought the entire way. That was the hardest game I ever played. Yeah, so nobody's too good.
Our cheerleaders going to have to wear masks. Oh God, it's stiff.
You know what? They should
Put
on a protective suit.
They could actually go out and get the biggest trash women with no teeth and put them all in masks and that would be hilarious.
Nobody would know. No.
The Browns could actually have cheerleaders this year.
What,
they
though?
could get 10 women from Cleveland.
Honestly, that's a bad selection.
Right, they have masks on. They look great.
Are cheerleaders even necessary this year? There's no fans. Who are they cheering to? They're going to stare at the wall.
Something to show before they go to the. I haven't heard of cheerleaders cheering. I have not heard. That's
I don't know. But
anybody know out there? Email
nobody,
us, please. Let us know.
Yeah,
if you've seen the cheerleaders in camp
practicing. What? Who would have seen that? If you are one, please email us. Steel Studio Podcast.
Teeth or not, we don't care.
No, we care a little bit.
The Ravens, of course. I think we're going to have payback against the Bills this year.
I think so,
and
too.
You don't know about the Colts. If they put it all together, maybe. Injuries, really, we don't, week to week.
Barring injuries, I think that we kick ass.
Kick ass.
Some
I don't
predictions
want to go
say 13
though,
13-3. I do not want to go undefeated. We're
not
not good when we're
stressful.
undefeated. Some predictions say 13-3. I think I said 11-5.
Fun.
What'd you say? 12-4?
Yeah. 10-6 to 12-4.
That's what our team.
10-6 is a disaster.
Well, the last time we went 13-3, we didn't make it past the Jaguars in the playoffs.
Yeah, Ben's. I mean, he knows he doesn't have that many years left. I think we'll do something.
Hopefully, he doesn't come out swinging, though. You know what I mean? Because he's like, I got to prove myself. I was injured. I don't have that long.
What's the first play they run against the Giants?
Right in the middle.
You don't think it's a bomb?
I don't know.
Some guys think it's going to be a bomb to show off.
To show Ben. Well, that would be too. It's so predictable. Because I think
maybe second half. First play to second half.
Right. Or last play.
We'll run the ball. Maybe a screen pass to Connor.
We're going to come out and take it nice and easy and show.
I love James Conner, too. I don't want to lose him after this year.
You know what? I love him, and I love his story.
Yeah.
I wish they didn't monetize his story as much because it seems like ESPN plays it every day. And I just want it to be his story and not ESPN's story. You know what I mean? They make so much money off of his story. I feel feel bad for him. So, yeah, you wanted to talk emails. Let's get into some emails.
Yeah, we had a couple emails. So, who are they from and what were they?
Yeah, Glenn Parsons from Capitol Heights, Maryland reached out, and he said that he's still concerned about Ben's elbow. And if he thinks Ben goes down week 1 or 2 again, that we aren't going to do any better than last year. Think that's true?
If Ben goes down, are we going to do it? Am I concerned? I'm not concerned. Until we have a reason to be concerned, I'm not concerned.
Take that, Glenn.
But if he does go down, we probably will be
8-8.
I
think we'll be better.
A little better.
I still think we could at least be 9-7. Hopefully, Mason actually learned something from Ben.
Are we going to win it all? Probably not. And that's another thing too. What are the best 3 teams in the AFC? What do you think?
Us, Ravens, and Chiefs.
Yeah, I think so too.
I don't think the Patriots are going to be shit.
No.
And they've got 10 opt-outs.
I'm not sold on the Bills.
Titans are okay. Bills are okay.
Yeah.
Colts are okay. Chargers aren't going anywhere.
Haven't heard
Raiders aren't doing anything.
No.
No. Broncos obviously aren't. Flacco isn't going anywhere.
He's not with the Broncos.
He's gone? Did he retire?
No, he got cut, but...
Did he?
See, exactly. Him. I love Joe Flacco.
Who? Oh, I don't. His unibrow drives me nuts.
He still drives his original pickup truck and drives through Taco Bell. He used to.
I don't even do that.
Joe Flaccid.
See, but clearly nobody gives a shit about the Broncos because nobody knows his plan for him.
Right now, he's not doing anything. I don't know what he's driving his truck around.
Well, you know what? We should probably pick him up. Probably better than Duck. But I like Duck. He seems like a good kid.
He's good to have on a team. Yeah, so it is. Of course, any team loses their franchise quarterback. Most would be 1 in 15. I think that's what the Dolphins thought we would be.
Yeah,
but
hopefully there's a little bit of improvements from
injuries. Of course, are going to dictate everything.
For us,
I do worry about that with no preseason games and
that they're not going to be used to getting beat up a little bit. We just have
injuries and COVID too. You never know.
It seems like everybody else has a lot more injuries than us.
But I just don't see guys getting COVID. I think COVID's dying down. I really do.
I hope so. I think the NFL is doing a pretty good job with managing it.
Maybe.
Comparatively, compared to what people thought. I mean, all we heard for the last 3 months was that it's going to be slaughter in the NFL if they don't do a bubble. And it seems pretty fine.
Yeah.
So one more email from Antonio Riviera from Mount Washington in Pennsylvania. He said, "Hey guys, love the podcast. It's a great change of pace from other stuff out there."
Thanks, Antonio.
But he did say, Antonio, I don't agree with this. He did say, "Here we go, 16-0 this year."
Antonio, you're a homer, so please Stop
You're
being
probably
a
a good
homer.
guy, Antonio. But I don't know if
Hey,
I
I
go
hope
at
you're
16.
right, but I don't want to be. Like I said, it's too much pressure.
It is a lot of pressure, yeah.
I mean, of course we take it, but no,
I would love to win all the way through, of course. But
I don't see it, Antonio.
that's just...
But thank you so much for emailing. Anybody else, go ahead and email us. It'd be great.
steelstudiopodcast
We'll read
at
them all.
Gmail.
Doesn't
We
matter
will
what
read
it is. We have nothing to hide here.
As long as it is something Steelers related and it's not
it could be
spam or porn or some random stuff, we will read it.
Doesn't matter.
Okay, then we're showing it all. Please, yeah. We like to stay engaged with our viewers, and we know we've had a couple hundred now, and we want people to reach out to us, a couple hundred viewers. But someone's watching it, If you're watching it, please, let's talk Steelers.
Yeah. So who's our player or contributor we want to talk about today? Let me put my 70s hat on.
Yeah, all right, yes.
Is it from the 70s?
Yeah, well, he was with our organization for, I think it was 45 years. So, obviously not a player then. Bill Nunn, so as most people know, I guess if you follow the Steelers really closely, he's a contributor finalist for the Hall of Fame class of 2021.
He's a finalist. I think he'll make it.
I think so too.
Wow, next year's going to be great, man. We'll be down there.
Yeah,
because we're
and
not far from
we
there.
may do a podcast.
Yeah,
there. So if anyone's watching, we may do one there.
I'll play with Troy's hair. It's going to be great.
Exactly.
I was supposed to walk in a parade with Troy
parade.
this year, and I was going to play with his hair. And, of course, it got canceled. So, story of my life.
You were going to give him a bottle of Head and Shoulders.
Courtesy of Jeffrey Dahmer.
Am I allowed to say that? Damn it.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
What they find in Jeffrey Dahmer's shower.
Head and Shoulders.
But yeah, Bill Nunn, actually.
Yeah, back to
and I argue with this with the Browns fan, but it's true, and it's true, Brian Hall, that
Brian.
he actually was one of the first ones to go to the small black colleges and recruited players just like John Stallworth.
HBCUs, yeah, he did. He was instrumental in getting him as well as Donnie Shell and Mel Blount.
Right. I mean,
exactly.
He knew what he was doing. So.
And that's actually like he started off as like a writing contributor for the Pittsburgh Courier, and the Steelers organization called him in and said, "Hey, why don't you just scout for us?" Because he was pretty much already doing. He was writing pieces saying the Steelers should have picked this guy up. I don't know what the hell they're doing.
Right.
And then that person would go to another team and kick ass. And so the Steelers basically said, instead of hurting us, can you help us a little bit?
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, it is. They took his.
It's a shame that he passed away before he got in the Hall of Fame.
It is. Yeah, you like to see them there to win that. But his family seems really grateful.
What a year if he gets in too.
Yeah.
And I think Faneca will as well. So
it's about time.
We'll just change it to the Pro Football Steeler Hall of Fame.
That's right. Well, I mean, honestly, we should have more Steelers in there, but they don't put them in because they don't want to overload it with Steelers. I feel like. I mean, Faneca should have already been in by now.
Yeah. What did anybody make any quotes or comments about Bill?
Yeah. So Art Rooney II said, "I'm beyond thrilled to hear that Bill Nunn has been selected as a finalist." As a contributor, Bill's contributions to the Steelers were extraordinary over the 46 years he was part of the organization. He was a special person, a close friend, a mentor, before passing in 2014. His lessons and stories are still evident in our everyday work. And basically, he just looks forward to his induction next year, hopefully. And
wasn't he a minority? Well, was he a minority?
Yeah.
One of the first minority.
Yeah. Very before his time.
Yeah. That's great, man. That's great. You love to hear that.
I mean, he's got to get like 80% of that vote or whatever it is to get in, and hopefully he does, because I really think he's worth it. I think he's a good contributor. So that's all we have.
That's all we have.
That's all we've got.
Next week's going to be so much more fun, guys. Here we go. We're almost there, baby. Woo! Woo! Now, hey, you guys, subscribe, like, and subscribe.
Helps us immensely.
And where are we at? We're on Stitcher. Where are we at?
Oh, yeah, I got it here. YouTube, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and iTunes, Anchor, Pocket Casts, Stitcher.
Pocket.
Exactly. We're on like everything. And if there's a platform you want to watch on and we're not on there,
if you have
email us and we'll put it on there.
Things you want us to talk about, please email us.
Yeah, and if you
want to call in on the show and talk, even if you're a Steeler fan, we're up for it.
We'll do it. And if you know any Giants fans,
yes, please. Are there any Giants fans out there? I know they haven't won.
It doesn't seem like it.
Every time I go on the Giants team site and I read the comments, it's
The same guy.
They said they should play Madden for camp, and maybe they'll have a better chance. And some guy said they've been doing that for 10 years.
What was that comment that I told you about? Their DBs had the tennis balls taped to their hands, and one of the fans said, "Well, did they have tape over their eyes too? Because it looks like they're running the wrong way."
Oh my gosh, it would be horrible to be a Giant. Although they've won a couple Super Bowls
under Eli, yeah.
Yeah, but they still have in this decade.
Recently, yeah. I mean, 2007, 2009, whatever it was.
Since 2000, I mean.
We haven't won. Well, they won one more recently than us. We lost in 10. It's been a decade.
It's true.
We need to get back there.
Oh, man, that's
what a waste of talent.
It is.
What a waste of talent.
It is. Anyway, that's all we got, guys.
Next week, hopefully, we have a big surprise coming.
Yeah.
We planned for one, so hopefully this guy comes, man.
He will.
I hope he does.
Steel Studio.
Cheers.
Cheers.
We'll see you next week.
Yo, microphone check, make it a microphone check. Give it a microphone, I make it a microphone dead. Don't step to me, newbie, I could truly be moody. I could have played the fucking Grinch in the movies. I've been a part-time shadow cat, part-time. That is not a guy that I would ever want to try to battle rap. Snap, crackle, pop, mind fried to a crisp. Make an MC into a wide-eyed lunatic. Yo, give it a stage in a minute, I'ma eat you. El Profesor's in the house, let me teach you. I could defeat you with two hands tied and have you waking in the hospital like, who am I? And who are you? Who are they? What is this? You wouldn't believe how someone react to this shit. The mind slipping, speaking in tongues. Sly ink, GVA, that's how we get it done. 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 Sly ink, GVA, that's how we get it done.